broke in entertainment. So today I'm going to cover one topic briefly, and then I'm going to go into something that I actually care about and think is a little more important and deserves a little more attention than this Superman story. So, Superman story broke that there's a very strong rumor that, in fact, the Superman movie being worked on by J.J. Abrams is going to have a black actor and a black director, and that's all well and good. I've responded to that before. But the new addition to that rumor is that, in fact, it's not going to be any of the black Supermen that actually already exists in DC Comics. It's going to be Clark Kent. If you've been following this channel at all, you know how I feel about reskinning characters. And that's what I'm going to call it from now on. It's a reskin. I'm not going to call it reimagining because it's not. And I'm not going to call it race swapping because that gives it a little more respect than I think it's due. And this applies to any character. I don't want to see Black Panther reskinned. I don't want to see anybody reskinned. So, I'm not going to get into the article because, one, it's mostly still just rumor. We don't really know. And two, I don't want to give DC that kind of attention. I don't want to give this action the attention it doesn't deserve. So I'm going to talk about it just briefly here. And this is the part that really gets me. And it's just, I would say tone deaf, but that implies they don't know what they're doing. So instead of using, now a lot of people may not know. People who don't follow comics probably don't know. There are 2 black Supermen in DC Comics. And they already exist. They've been established for multiple years. And one of them is still ongoing. I don't think Val-Zod is, but Calvin Ellis is. Calvin Ellis is based on President Barack Obama when he was president. And Calvin Ellis, in his role as Superman on his Earth, he has become president as his civilian form. And then he is Superman outside of that. Val-Zod is another, they're both Kryptonians. Val-Zod is another Kryptonian. He's from Earth 2. He came to Earth and was raised in total isolation and hidden away from the world. And when Steppenwolf attacks and he kills most of the Justice League and he turns, and that includes Superman, and then the Justice League reforms with new people to fight because Justice League dies staving off his invasion. Justice League reforms with new people. Steppenwolf returns. And with him he brings an evil Superman who's been essentially reconstructed from the dead one. So they end up finding Val-Zod. Val-Zod takes on the mantle of Superman and helps them defeat evil Superman. These 2 characters have history, they have backstory, they have something of a fan base. They're not huge like Clark Kent and Kal-El, but they have a fan base. And I'll show you them real quick. This is Val-Zod. And I actually really like Val-Zod's design. I love the white, red, and blue. I think that looks really, really good. Well, there's a lot of good designs, I think, that came out of the Earth 2 books. And then this is Calvin Ellis. I'm not as big a fan of his design, but it looks alright. But this is who they're gonna use, according to the rumor. The only reason you would do that is out of activism. There's no reason to ignore either one of these characters existing. There's no reason to not do stories about them. There's no reason you can't make Val-Zod awesome. In fact, you're more likely to make a black Superman something people accept and enjoy at the movies if they're one of these existing characters, because you've got the existing backstory, you've got the characterization. You can point to the source material and you can say this is one of the Superman, this is Superman from Earth 2. And it ties in very well with their whole idea of, hey, we're going to do a multiverse approach. That all works very well, I think. But that's not what they're doing. Until this is confirmed And until we hear from somebody other than a rumor, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. And quite honestly, I think it's one of the worst decisions that Warner Brothers has made with the DCEU. And the reason I think that is because they're intentionally ignoring two characters for activism. That's all this is. This is activism. It would be different if these two characters didn't exist. Yes, you could still definitely say it's probably activism, but it's probably just pandering. I told you before, this Superman's movie is going to be all about activism because the guy writing it is an activist. So that's what we're going to get. Do what you want, Warner Brothers. If you want to burn it all down, go ahead. I mostly just shake my head at this because you could have done something really awesome with Calvin Ellis, or you could have done something really awesome with Val-Zod, but it sounds like instead you're going to do the thing that's going to piss the most people off. So enjoy. That's your Superman, if that's what you want to do. Now they'll say, well, it's a multiverse, so there's actually Henry Cavill's Superman still out there, and there's other Clark Kents and so on and so forth. It's an excuse, whatever. All right, so we've covered that. I've talked about it. I'm done. I'm not talking about it again until more concrete information comes out. And even then, I'm at the point where this kind of thing just doesn't even deserve much attention. I'm going to talk about it because we need to point this stuff out when it happens. Other than that, the movie's going to bomb, whatever. If that's what you want to do. So, I have said in my other video yesterday that I am going to start kind of following a Brandon Sanderson-esque model with my writing of saying, okay, this is about where I am. Yes, I don't have anything published yet, so it's not like I've got a bunch of people waiting on pins and needles for book number 6 or something, but I still want to be up there, and it kind of helps keep me on track as well. So, I am about 90% of the way done with the sci-fi book that I'm going to send to beta readers as soon as I'm done. I expect to be done with that by the end of the month. Probably a little sooner, depending on how things go. Once that's done, I'm going to send it to beta readers. It is the first in a trilogy. It is tentatively titled Invasion, but that is going to change because when you title books, not only do you want it to be interesting, but you want it to be something people can search, and it specifically brings up that thing. And Invasion brings up a whole bunch of stuff, right? So this is just a tentative title. And it will be, it's a story with human characters and a story with alien characters, and it takes place on 21st century Earth with an alien invasion opening the thing up. And I will do a specific video on exactly what it's about and what's going on in the book to as much of an extent as I can without spoiling stuff. Probably Sunday, if I'm able to get to it. If not, I'll do it Monday. The other project I'm working on is Shadow Empire. It's my fantasy novel. It is the first of a series, just like the sci-fi one. Unlike the sci-fi one, this one's going to be longer than 3 books. This one is also going to get its own video diving into the deep details. Its draft 0, which is the one that I handwrite. That one is still pretty early on. It's about 20% done. More or less 20% done. I have open on screen, I have one of the characters. It's actually the main character is Varin, and he is actually done. All of his details and all that stuff's done. All the world building is done. I've just been in the process of transferring it over from one system over to Campfire Blaze because it's a much better system and I like it a lot more. So I haven't finished him on Campfire Blaze, but once I do, I will also be doing a video on the characters in that book because I want to talk about it, and I hope people that will be interested in it. So that's where I sit. Oh, and also with my sci-fi books, I already have the sequel to the first book. Draft 0 is done, of Shadow of the Directorate. So that one is ready to go for its first round of editing, but that's being held off until book 1 is done for obvious reasons. So I've got a lot of stuff going on that I'm pretty excited about. I'm ready to get moving on this, getting published thing that I've been working on. And very excited to see where this goes. It will be, when I get to that point, it will be a physical book, it will be an ebook, and hopefully also an audiobook. Not sure what platform yet or how I'm going to approach it, but I will not be doing any of the narrating because I am not good at narrating. So it will be done professionally. But that's where I am, and I hope everybody is excited for some good entertainment because, God, I know I am. I'm so ready. This kind of news is the kind of thing that makes me want to go watch Godzilla vs. Kong again. Every time you think Warner Brothers gets it, every single time, they turn around and they prove you wrong. So, I am excited, though, about the HBO Max Green Lantern series. I think, from what we've heard, that'll be pretty good. Mixed bag, for sure, with Warner Brothers. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you want me to pay more attention to the Superman thing and give it its own video, let me know. I can certainly dive into that and tear it apart. But I'd rather focus on other things, more positive things today. So let me know in the comments. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell to receive notifications of new videos, and I will see you next time.